my left wing to Mrs. Sibel. It's correct, pronounce it? Sibel. The floor is yours, and I would like to ask you if you can share with us what's your program for improving and helping us in this region to enhance financial system to SMEs, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Sibel Beadle. I work for the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and I'm a senior banker there, and I'm very pleased to be here today. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development is an international financial institution, and we operate in 36 countries. We are owned by 65 countries, the EU and the EIB, and we have a capital base of 30 billion. And since 1991, EBRD has invested in more than 107 billion in over 4,400 projects. This is the region we operate in. The dark green area are the countries where we operate. Originally, 25 years ago, we were brought into operation to help ex-Soviet countries develop. And afterwards, we added Turkey, Mongolia to our countries of operation. And since many of you may know, since 5 years, we are also operating in Egypt, Jordan, Morocco, and Tunisia. In those 4 countries, Egypt, Jordan, Morocco, and Tunisia, since 2011, we have done nearly 100 projects, equating 3.5 billion. And most of this was spent on private sector development, and especially small and medium-sized enterprises, some projects in energy efficiency, and we also support local capital developments. In 2016, we are expecting Lebanon to become a shareholder and a country of operation, and we hope that via trust funds, we could also do investments in West Bank and Gaza. This is our portfolio since the start, and as you can see, the mix of countries change, the needs of the countries we operate change, and we adjust our portfolio accordingly. I'll skip some of these slides because the previous speakers have already talked about these. Basically, our MSME portfolio is 3.8 billion, and we have 200 partner financial institutions in 28 countries of operations. Most of the lending we do, the blue area, 81%, is done via universal banks. Now, to come to the individual countries, in Egypt, we have been operating since 5 years, and our primary objective has been to provide financing to MSMEs through banks and non-banks. And so far, we have invested 310 million in senior fund and 290 million of trade finance. We have a pilot project in women in business, and in Egypt, CEF. When I talk about CEF, what we mean is sustainable energy financing. In Jordan, we had the same strategy, providing financing to MSMEs. And to date, we have invested 56 million in loans and 150 million in trade finance. We also provided some technical assistance that was tailored to client needs. This involved projects such as introducing a new risk analysis methodology, developing an MSME-focused product range for banks, improving internal procedures, doing staff training, strengthening credit risk skills. And we also have been in discussions with various partners. We had contact with the Jordan Loan Guarantee Corporation, with participation on the SME Financing Advisory Committee, and we provided advice on insolvency loan and secure transaction reform. In Morocco, you see it's a similar program that we have, and we invested 290 million in senior funding and 220 million in trade finance. We also have a CEF, energy efficiency program here, and we invested in a 60 million euro bond issue by BMC, which was a landmark transaction, the first non-sovereign Moroccan euro bond. The slide also shows you our current partners in Morocco. We obviously, over time, hope to have more and more partners. And in Tunisia, it's similar. Again, we have focused mainly on SME finance, and we provided 140 million of loans and 40 million in trade finance. In policy dialogue area in Tunisia, we focused on insolvency law reform, on factoring law reform, reform of the clearing and settlement system. We have been in talks with the deposit insurance scheme in Tunisia and provided comments on their law. And we had discussions on the interest rate caps regulation in Tunisia and the effect it has on SME lending. The right side of the slide lists our partners in Tunisia. Thank you very much for your attention. We are hoping to work with many more companies in the future.
Thank you very much, Sibel. I have a question. We told about that to few minutes before. EBRD are launching in Morocco now a new project for the female entrepreneurs, just to encourage this population to take initiative and launch their business. Could be implemented to increase the coverage rate to 70 to 80%, especially for the entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs. So, do you think that's they have gender approach to encourage SMEs that is managed by female?
We have a Women in Business program in several countries, and there are a couple of aspects of a Women in Business program. And we have a department that focuses on small business advisory services, which provides directly advice to end beneficiaries and women entrepreneurs. I'm not quite familiar with the details of the program that is being prepared in Morocco, but usually there are advisory services attached to our programs, yes.
Thank you very much. Now I will switch to Mr. Haidar. I will give you the floor to present the GIZ program to